Hi Dean, I hope everything's going well in Hawaii. It's pretty good out here in UMass. You can see part of my dorm. This is the less exciting part, but anyways, that's that. Um, so come into a comfortable seated position, either with your legs crossed as such, or you can stack your shins like firewood. This one, if your knee hurts, don't do it, but it feels good for me, and it's a good stretch for the hamstrings and opens up my hips a little bit. So if I sit however you're comfortable, you can also sit kneeling and just begin to settle into your mat today and let go of anything that you came onto your mat with or that you will be leaving later to handle. Just begin to settle in. Today we'll start off slowly with some warm-ups and then start getting moving a little more with some flow because we taught you some basics last time, so this time we'll go a little quicker, get more of a vinyasa flow, and then we'll cool down. So with that being said, just begin to feel your spine rooted deep into the ground, and at the same time, the crown of your head is reaching for the sky. Inhale your shoulders up to the sky, and exhale them back and down. And either close your eyes or softly focus them on one point if that's more comfortable. And just begin to notice your breath today. If you came in here with a short breath or maybe longer paced breath, just notice that and then begin to voluntarily control it with that 3-part breath. So filling the belly and then the lungs and all the way up into the chest. Feel your chest rise. Hold just for a moment and then exhale, chest, lungs, belly. Continue with this 3-part breath at your own pace and really take your time. Feel what it's like to just pause for a moment and notice the effects of really filling your entire body with oxygen. If it helps, you can take a hand to your stomach or your chest and feel that. We'll continue like this for a few more minutes. You can keep your hands on your stomach and your chest or just on your knees. I'm just going to get my cell phone to track the time while you continue with that. So oftentimes when we're focusing on our breath, our mind begins to wander, and the difficulty of yoga really is to just continue coming back to the breath and just letting all else pass. Same with whatever we're doing on our mat. Continuing to come back to our breath and focus on the moment, on the stretch, or whatever we're doing. And ignoring all other thoughts and saying, well, I can think about them later, but just not now. So take one final inhale. Hold at the top for a moment and exhale the inhale again and fold forward out over your legs, hands reaching towards the front of the room. Exhale. Your head can come to the mat or just hang out wherever it's comfortable. Inhale, walk your hands up to, again, straight spine. Recross your legs the opposite direction. Inhale, long, straight spine. Exhale, walk your hands out. Good. Inhale, walk your hands back up. And exhale, settle in for a moment. Notice how you feel. Inhale your arms to the sky. Get all the length you can in your spine. And exhale, left arm to right leg, Right arm comes out behind you and twist. Inhale, twist to the center, arms come up to the sky, and exhale, right arm to left leg. Left arm behind you. In any twist, it's essential to get as much length from the spine to allow you to twist more. So just really focus in the middle on straightening out your spine. Inhale the middle and exhale back to the side. Hold here for a moment. And continue, inhale to middle, exhale to the side. Good, inhale to middle, and just come down on your back. Begin from lying on our back today. Extend your left leg and pull your right leg into your chest. And begin to just circle your leg out. Getting synovial fluid into those hip joints. For me, it's the morning, so it's good to get fresh fluid for the day. And again, focusing on coordinating your breath with that movement. See how you can inhale as you pull your knee in and exhale as you push it away. Good. Pull that knee in. Take one deep inhale and exhale. Push both legs up towards the sky so your body's like an L. Inhale, reach towards your toes. And exhale, lower your hands as well as your legs so that they're both about 45 degrees to the floor. Inhale, reach towards your toes, and exhale, legs and arms extend. Inhale, reach towards your toes, extend the right leg onto the floor, pull your left knee into your chest, and begin to rotate that leg. Again, giving it some, coordinating your breath with that movement. If you find any sticky spots along the way while you're rotating, just pause there for a moment and feel whatever that is. Try to just breathe into that. Good. All right, inhale both legs up towards the sky. Reach for your toes and then make peace fingers, grab your big toe with your peace fingers and pull your foot towards your armpit, bending the knee. This is happy baby pose. It's a good beginner stretch to begin opening up those hips. More passive, less likely to injure yourself. I feel like you can begin rocking back and forth. So rock to your right, inhale, rock to your left, exhale. And to get more of a stretch in the hamstrings, as you rock to the left, extend your left leg, bend your right. And rock to your right, bend your left, extend your right. Yeah, okay, I did that wrong, but whatever. Inhale, extend your left, bend your right. Exhale, extend your right, bend your left. Again, continuing at your own pace, finding your own yoga. And rock back to center. Pull the knee towards your armpit for one final stretch. And wrap your arms around your knees, pulling into a tight little ball. Begin to spinal rock up and down. Massaging the erector spinae muscles, those muscles around our spine. Exhale and rock up. Inhale down. And take a couple more rocks. And wind up on your feet, on your toes. Go into a prayer squat, prayer position, like Valasana. Get another hip opener. Your arms energizing into your legs, so you're pressing your legs apart with the force of your humerus bone, I guess. Take a moment here to notice how you've changed just from a few minutes of your practice. And recall the reason why you returned to your mat, why you've asked me to make you another video. Set an intention for the rest of this practice. And inhale, exhale. Set the practice in motion. Place your hands on the bottom of the mat and extend your legs, coming out into a first forward fold of the day. So here you can bend your knees generously in case your hamstrings are tight. Hands are reaching towards the floor. They can come up to grasp either elbow in waterfall pose. Just allow your head to completely relax, giving your cervical spine, your neck a good relaxation. Good, and inhale, straighten the legs, come up to a flat back, placing your hands wherever necessary to get a flat back. Inhale and exhale, again release. This time your legs may be a little straighter or not. Inhale, come back up to that flat back and place your hands on the ground, step your feet back to a high plank position. Again, here you're in like a push-up position, so don't have your butt too high or too low. Really engage the core. Rock forward onto your hands to feel what it's like to engage there. Really press into all of your knuckles so that your wrists don't hurt too much. Inhale and exhale, press your hips to the sky, heels towards the floor. Come into your first downward facing dog. Begin to pedal out those heels. Bend one knee, extend the other, and vice versa again. Inhaling as you bend one knee and exhaling as you extend that knee and bend the other. Your shoulders melt down your spine so that you have space between your shoulder blade and your ears. And again, your head is hanging heavy and free. Inhale, press into the left leg, extend your right towards the sky, keeping your hips even as much as possible. And exhale, draw that right knee into your chest. Inhale, extend it towards the sky, and exhale, draw the right knee towards the left elbow. Hold here. Inhale, extend the right leg to the sky, and exhale, right knee comes to right elbow. Inhale, extend the right leg, bend it, and then the knee faces up towards the sky. You can look at your right leg, your right toes, opening up your hips here, and breathing. Inhale, straighten that leg again, and exhale, step it through to your low lunge. Bring your right knee out over your ankle, your right ankle. Bring your hands up onto your thigh and press your hips towards the front wall. Should be a really intense stretch for that left psoas muscle, maybe even the right. So your chest pressing away from your thigh, hips pressing towards the front wall. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Extend the front leg, bend the back. Good. You can grab your right toes, bend into the right knee, and take 3 deep breaths here. Third and final exhale. Press the right knee towards the front wall. Lift the back knee off of the mat and lift your torso to the sky. And here in your warrior one, your front knee is over your front ankle, your back leg, your back heel extended up towards the back wall, back leg straightened so that you can divide the energy between your legs. You can keep your hands here or inhale them towards the sky. Take one deep breath. Exhale, bring your arms back to the mat. Take that back right leg up towards the sky or towards the floor. If you'd like more heat, keep your right leg pointed towards the sky, flexed. Rock forward, lower down into low push-up, and push up into your upward dog. Knees off the mat, chest open. You can bend your neck if you like. Inhale and exhale. Press back into your downward dog. Take a moment here. Again, shoulders melting down the spine. Inhale your left leg to the sky, and exhale, draw it to the center. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, draw the left knee to right arm. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left knee to left arm. Hold here. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Bend that knee and open up the hip. Try to touch your toe to your head, that left toe, just to get more stretch in that hip. And inhale that leg to the sky. Step left leg through in between your two hands. And really come up into your warrior one, but this time low. Pressing your hands into your shin, your back reaches towards the back wall, hips press towards the front wall. Enjoy the stretch. Inhale and exhale, lower your right knee to the floor. Extend the front leg and pour your torso out over the left knee. You can grab your foot to really get engaged and stretch a little more. Inhale and exhale. Breathing into resistance rather than running away from it. Good. Inhale and exhale. Bend the front knee. Energize into the back. Right knee lifted off of the mat. Bring your hands up onto your front thigh. And again, your back heel is lifted. Front knee over your front ankle. Inhale your arms to the sky. And exhale, sink a little deeper. See if you can go down just a little bit further. Inhale, look towards the sky. And exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Step that left leg back. You can bring it down or lift it towards the sky. Come down into your low plank. And push up. Upward facing dog, left foot meets right. Take one deep inhale. And exhale, your knees to mat, feet meet in the middle, come down into child's pose. For a moment, allow your head to rest on the mat or on your hands. And just take a few moments to rest here. If you widen your knees, that'll be more of a hip stretch. If you keep them under your body, more of a spine stretch. I've heard this pose the other day. It was called wisdom pose because just like child's pose, just as children are usually smart enough to know when they need to stop doing something or when something is good or bad for them intuitively, you can always come back to this pose and it will be considered a wise decision, just taking a moment to breathe and relax, and then joining back in the practice whenever you feel right to do so. Take one more deep inhale, and push into your hands, press into the knees, come into a tabletop position, but then walk your hands out a little further and tent your fingers. And press your butt towards the back wall. Sink into this puppy stretch. it's called. Getting a good stretch for the spine and your arms as well. Good. And inhale, press into your hands, curl your toes under, and press back into your downward facing dog, going from puppy to dog. Press your hips high towards the back wall. A good stretch for your spine. And step that right leg forward. Coming back into warrior one. Inhale and exhale, sink deeply into that front leg. Remembering to maintain alignment over going really deep. Because if I go deep, my knee goes out over my ankle. Not good in the long run. Keep your knee over the ankle. Inhale here and exhale, sink your back leg down. Inhale, back leg comes off the mat, look up towards the sky, hands towards the sky, exhale, sink everything down towards the mat. Continue with this, inhaling up and exhaling down at your own pace. For 3, 2, 1, sink back into warrior one, back leg off the mat. Inhale your arms to the sky, exhale, open your up and up, hips towards the side wall, back heel dials down to the mat in warrior two. So just as in warrior one, we want our front knee over our front ankle, but here our back toe is dialed 45 degrees towards the front of the mat and our heel is on the mat, sticking out towards the back of our mat. Good hip opener here. Inhale, straighten that front leg, look up towards the sky. Exhale, bend into it and extend your arms to the side. Feel as though energy is just rolling out over your front and back fingers. Look out over your front finger. Lean forward towards the front and exhale, lean towards the back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Again, coordinating this breath with your movement, your own movement, not mine, not someone else's. Last time, inhale towards the front, exhale, settle into a neutral position. Inhale, straighten that front leg, scoot your back leg in a little bit, but keep the bend. Keep your foot at an angle. Inhale your arms to the sky, exhale them into T position. And now, looking over your front arm, reach towards the front wall, feeling your hip go towards the back wall. And whenever you feel you can't go any further with the hip, drop your right arm down, left arm towards the sky. This is triangle pose, so you have a lot of options here. You can put your hand, rest your hand on the shin, which is good if you're working on ab support, you need ab support. Or if you're working on your abs, you can make a flat palm, just rest it on your right shin, giving your abs more of a workout. And most important of all, don't totally straighten your knee. If you straighten your front knee entirely, you'll feel a lot of force pressing into that knee, and over time that can give you knee problems like it did me. So keep a slight micro bend so that your thigh is actively engaged. And again, wherever you place your hands, make sure your chest is open, so you're not way down here and turned, but up higher and opening your chest. Feel like you have more core strength, you can lift that right arm to the side and open up your chest even more. Hold here for 3, 2, inhale, 1, and exhale, bend into the right knee, windmill your arms to the floor, step that right leg back, Hang out here in side plank or normal plank for a moment. And turn onto your right heel. Open up, press into the right arm, lift your left arm towards the sky into high plank. Inhale, press your hips to the sky, and exhale, drop the hips towards the floor. Inhale towards the sky. This will help isolate your core. So inhale towards the sky, exhale, press it towards the mat. Again, continuing at your own pace. Third, final exhale, press towards the mat, and inhale, open up to your side plank again. And you can press back into your plank. And hips towards the sky, heels towards the mat, downward facing dog again. Take 3 deep breaths here. Third, final exhale. Step your left leg in between your 2 hands. Press your hands into your thigh and come up into Warrior One again. Left knee over left ankle, back leg energized, and hips square to the front of the room as well as your shoulders. Inhale, reach to the sky, and exhale, sink the back knee to the mat. Inhale, energize, straighten back knee off the mat, reach towards the sky, exhale, lower down. Inhale and exhale, lower down. Again, continuing at your own pace. Inhale and exhale, settle into your Warrior One. Do not bring your back knee to the mat this time. Hands come to the sky. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Dial that back heel to the mat. Open up your hips. Warrior Two. Hips this time kind of aiming diagonally towards the wall. Bend into that front leg. Get a good go, like 10% further than you think you can go. Inhale, reach towards the front of the room. Exhale, look behind you. Inhale, forward. Exhale, behind. Again, coordinating your own breath with your own movement, not mine. Three, 2, 1. Come back to center. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, come back into it, and arms into T position. Inhale, straighten the front leg, arms reach towards the sky. Bring your back foot in a little bit, and exhale, arms out to T position. Reach as far as you can to the front wall, to straight side body, hip reaching out, and then when you feel like you can't go any further, rest your hand comfortably onto your leg. Right arm reaches towards the sky. Again, keep a slight micro bend in your leg to keep active and engaged rather than pouring into that knee. And your options here, grabbing your ankle, making a palm, pressing your palm into the side of your shin, or lifting that left leg, left arm, to the right. But whatever you do, again, don't go so far down that you have a bend in your chest, because the point of triangle pose is not to get your arm really too far down, but to open your chest. So resting here with an open chest and your thigh is better than resting on your foot with a curve. So wherever you are, smile, take 3 deep breaths. 2, 1. Bend into that front left leg. Extend your arms to T position. Inhale, exhale. Windmill those arms down. Step your left leg back. Hang out in plank for just a minute. And press feet into the side mat. Left leg, the side of your left foot, press into the mat. And open your right arm towards the sky. If you're having trouble here, you can always bring your left knee to the mat for support. Again, opening up the chest, feeling broad and powerful, even as we shake and sweat. Inhale, press your hips towards the sky. Exhale, lower them down. Inhale, hips to the sky. Exhale, down. Coordinating your breath, your movement. Inhale, press into the sky. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back into plank position. Push forward, push down to your low plank, and up to upward dog. Keep your heels together, your feet together. Spread your knees apart and come into child's pose for a well-deserved rest. And just take a moment to really go inward. Notice how you're feeling mentally. If what you were thinking about at the beginning of this practice is gone because all you can think about is your beating heart and your quick breathing, or notice if it's actually amplified and what you're thinking about is more intense. And either way, just breathe. Don't judge, and relax. Now inhale, come into your tabletop position for a moment. Exhale, curl those toes under and grab both hands, bring both hands to grab the sole of your feet, coming into, I think it's rabbit pose or something. So grab hands onto your heels, bring your head to the mat wherever comfortable, and then lift your knees, lift your thigh off of your shins, rock down to the crown of your head until you feel traction in your arms so that you get a shoulder stretch. And you can always readjust your hands to get more of a stretch. And hold for 3, 2, 1. Let release. Come up onto your heels here. And now lift your knees off of the mat so that just your toes are pressing into the mat and your thighs are balancing. I think we did this in the last video. We're going to rise into chair pose from here. Take your hands out in front of you and press up. Lift your thighs off of your shins by like an inch, like that. And hold here for a moment. Inhale, exhale, press up another inch. Keeping, again, your heels off the mat, toes pressing into the mat. Inhale, exhale, press up one more inch. And lower your heels to the mat. Bring your hands to the mat for a second to encourage your hips to sink down towards the floor. And bring your hands to the sky. Sink deep. Every time you exhale, sink your butt a little deeper. Hold for 5. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten those knees. Hands reach towards the mat. In Uttanasana, again, another forward fold. This time, perhaps bending a little deeper. You can grab your hands onto the back of your shins to pull your head closer to your knees. Not to get your head to your knees, but to just get more sensation in the hamstrings than you had before. Again, releasing that head and breathing. Inhale. Walk, straighten that spine, walk your hands up into a standing position. I don't think you can see my head now, but that's okay. From here, we're going to do a bit of a balance series, so just begin to notice how much balance you really do have just in the standing pose, mountain pose, Tadasana in Sanskrit. Rock forward into your toes a little bit and rock back as though you're leaning into a little alligator tail. Rock forward, back, side to side, feeling of balance and gravity that you maybe not have considered before in just a standing pose. Again, inhale, lift your shoulders towards your ears and exhale them down and back. Inhale, arms up towards the sky, and exhale, bring them down to your chest in prayer position. Take a moment to find your center and gravity here before we start messing with it. You can open your eyes and begin to place your weight into that left leg and lift your right leg off of the mat. Just a little bit. Your toes can still press in. Feel if your hips begin to move because you're lifting your leg, but try and keep them stable. And now inhale, lift that right leg to about 90 degrees and just let it hang out here. This is crane or Balikikasana. Your hands can come out to T position or kind of relax like this. And just begin again to mess with your balance this time with one leg on. Lean to the left, lean to the right. And I'm sorry, you're actually on your left leg. I'm on my right. Lean backwards, forwards. See if there's any heat building up in that right leg, your standing leg. Bend the standing leg. You fly around like a crane. And then come back to a neutral standing position. Inhale, grab your legs around, your arms around your bent knee. Pull it into your chest. And now, take your right arm and grab your ankle, pull it behind you into just a quad stretch. If this is enough for you today, then great, hang out here. But if you'd like, put your right hand on the inside of your right ankle, or bent ankle. Begin to lean forward. Chest comes out forward. And when you feel like you can't go any further, lift your right arm out in front of you and begin to lift your shin away from your thigh. And give you a side view. Coming into dancer's pose here. So your ankle presses into your hands. You get some traction, stretching your shoulders and your hips at the same time. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Bring your leg back to center. Don't release it. Bring it back to crane pose. Take your left arm, left hand, grab your left ankle, and place that left foot anywhere on your right leg that feels comfortable. So I like to place it on your shin, but you can put it, on my thigh, but you can put it on your shin anywhere other than your knee. Coming into tree pose, your bent knee, your left knee, is extending towards the back wall. Pressing towards the back, the hips even. Open your hips here. In tree pose, Vrikshasana. Hands can reach up towards the sky or stay on your hips. I'm going to keep them on my hips today, apparently. And just as in Tadasana, we want our Um, shoulders and hips both facing towards the front wall. And hold for 3, remembering to breathe. 2, 1, release that left leg. Before shaking anything out, just come back into your standing position. Take 1 deep breath, hold, and release. Notice the differences between the sides, and you can shake that previously standing leg out. Shake everything out. Release any tension you may have felt build in your muscles as you're trying to stand, as you're trying to keep your balance. All right, coming into your, actually take a moment, reach up towards the sky, clasp your hands over your head. I don't think you can see them, but clasp them over your head. Inhale, reach towards the sky, getting all sorts of length in your spine. And exhale, your reach out towards the right. So bending at the waist, the side waist, and Ardha Chandrasana or half moon. Your hands reaching towards the right wall, and you're getting a good workout in your obliques. Inhale, rotate your shoulders towards the floor. Exhale, rotate them in kind of an exaggerated back bend, and then find your neutral spot. If you don't like both hands in the sky, you can always bring one hand and rest it on your leg for added support, just as we did in triangle. But see where you can find your edge, where you can push yourself. Inhale and exhale, come back to center. Inhale, reach towards the sky. Exhale, let your hands reach towards the left wall, right obliques engaging. Inhale and exhale, rotate the shoulders towards the floor. Inhale, rotate them back, so you're opening your chest towards the ceiling, and then find your neutral position again. Inhale, exhale, use the obliques to come back to center. Reach towards the sky, and hands come back to your hips. Again, take a moment to get oriented in your center of gravity, and begin to place your weight into that left leg now as you lift your right. So your right knee comes about parallel to the floor, thigh parallel to the floor. Your shin just kind of hangs out, is not engaged. Your hands can come into T position, and you can relax them in crane again. Again, play with your balance here. It doesn't matter if you fall. It's just yoga. Lean back, lean to the right, the left, forward, whatever you want to do. You're a crane, you're flying around, you can do whatever you want. And bend that standing leg a little bit. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. And again, find a neutral position. Right hand grabs your right ankle. Pull it behind you. You can bring your left arm to your hip. Actively stretch your quad here. Hips pressing towards the front wall as you pull your foot up to the sky. Inhale, and turn to the side. Look at my hand, where my hand is resting not in the outside of my ankle anymore, but the inside. So hand wraps around the inside of your ankle, and once you have that, you can begin to reach your torso to the floor, hand reaching out to the front wall, left hand towards the front, as you extend the back knee, pressing your ankle into your hand. You get a stretch through your shoulder. Hold here for 3. Try to bend a little deeper. 2, 1. Bring that knee in. Don't let it come to the floor if you can. And rest your inside of your foot anywhere on your standing leg. Retreat pose. Breathing into any pain you're feeling in your foot. I know I am in my standing foot. Trying to smile when you fall. Balance is a real challenge for me, but I make a point of doing it in all of my practices because I know down the road we tend to lose our balance as we get older and fall. That's the reason why a lot of people get hurt in their old age. Keeping our balance and playing with it, always challenging it, will keep us safe. Reach your hands up towards the sky, fullest expression of the pose, and exhale, release that leg. Take a moment to integrate and feel how each side is different than a few minutes ago. And then shake out that previously standing leg. Shake everything out. Release any tension as I check the time. Okay. Inhale, come to the front of your mat. Reach your hands up towards the sky. Get a back bend here. And exhale, swan dive towards the floor. Hands reaching towards the floor. And another forward fold. Press your palms into the mat and step back into your high plank. And lower your knees to the mat. Your toes are still curled under. Rock your hands back. Come into standing on your knees, I guess. What you could call it. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, bring your hands to behind your back. Place them into the small of your back, right where the top of your hip bone is. Coming into camel pose now, Ustrasana. So here, the fullest expression of a pose will be a pretty good back bend, but before we totally work into that back bend, we want to work on strengthening our core so that we don't just pour everything into our back. So remember to engage your thigh muscles and your core as you focus on your back. So taking modified form of this at first, inhale, get as much length as you can. Exhale, look to the back wall. Get a back bend here, press your hands into the back of your hips. Notice what it's like to disengage your abs and then engage them, especially your thighs, glutes. You can look behind you and come back to center. Okay, so the next time we're going to take full expression of this pose. If you feel that it is inaccessible to you today, that's totally fine. Just continue with what we just did again, so we can work up to full camel pose next time. Inhale, and sweep that right arm to rest on your right ankle, your right heel, I guess, actually. And do the same with your left. Rest on your left heel, and allow your head to fall behind you if that's comfortable, or you can keep it engaged. I think it's more comfortable for my neck to be relaxed. So here, although I'm resting in my back bend, activating into my thighs to protect my spine and get more strength as well as a good stretch for the back. Take 2 deep breaths here. Feel your heart expanding, chest opening. And exhale, push into your hands, come back into standing position, and come into tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And for a counter stretch, just press your spine towards the ceiling and curl your spine, your back in cat pose. Take 1 deep breath here. Exhale, cross your heels behind you. Come on, just sit on your mat and extend your legs out in front of you. Take a sip of water. So here, take a moment to notice if you have any reactions to that back bend that we just did. Often people will say back bends are very energizing, so if you're really tired one day, just do a couple back bends, it might help you. Mom knew someone who did so many back bends a day she couldn't sleep. It's pretty much like drinking a cup of coffee. So, from here, energize your spine into the floor, crown of head towards the ceiling, and your feet are flexed in Dandasana, or pose of the staff. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, bring them out in front of you like zombie arms, and slowly begin to lower your back onto the mat. So, slowly engaging your core. And coming out to rest on your back. Not totally done yet. Bring your knees in, press your feet into standing so your knees are bent, like a hand or two width from your butt. And inhale here, exhale, press into your feet, lift your hips towards the sky. Your hands are just resting down by your hips. This is a variation of bridge pose, so preparing for the full wheel, which we'll do in a moment. This will strengthen your glutes as well as your back. Inhale, press your hips towards the sky as high as you can. Exhale, lower vertebra by vertebra down back to the mat. And take another variation here. Inhale, press into your feet. And exhale, walk your shoulders underneath you so that you can clasp your hands underneath your butt, I guess. So this is another variation of bridge pose. Great stretch for the shoulders and the back. Legs engaged. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You can lift one leg towards the sky if you'd like. If that's not available for you today, that's fine. You have this video forever. Work up to things. Lower that leg. Maintain in bridge pose and lift the other leg this time. Exhale. Release. And now show your fullest expression of the pose. Lift your hips as high as you can. Maybe even lifting your heels off the mat, pressing into the toes. And walk your shoulders out from under you. Unclasp your hands. Slowly descend back onto the mat. And take a good integrative breath here before activating into 1/3 and final back bend. So you can do bridge again, or if you'd like to give wheel a shot, go for it. So take your palms behind, next to your shoulders, so that your fingers are facing towards the bottom of your mat, and your palm is facing towards the front by your ears or your shoulders. And just as we did in bridge, press into your feet to lift your hips, and then press into your hands for wheel pose. Pretty much the goddess of all back bends here. Allow your neck to hang out, and don't let your knees totally spread out. Like, keep them engaged as though you're pressing a block in between your thighs to keep them together. If you'd like, you can experiment with walking your hands back a little bit. And if this is your first time doing the video, maybe don't do this if you've never done wheel, but if you'd like to give it a shot now or in the future, bend your elbows, lower your head towards the floor, and then extend them. Good way to work on shoulder strength. So if you'd like to do that, inhale and exhale, press your head towards the mat, and then back up. Do that a few times. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale, walk your feet out a bit. Slowly lower your head to mat, shoulders, and then allow your vertebra to come down. With your feet pressing into the mat, knees bent, windshield wiper your knees back and forth to release some tension in the spine, especially the low back. Inhaling and exhaling as you do this. And pull your knees to your chest as we did at the beginning of the practice. Becoming a seed once again. And allow both of your knees to fall out to the left side while you turn your neck to look out to the right. You can place your hand on your knees to help assist with the stretch. But beyond that, don't really do anything. This is a time for you to nourish the spine and drink in all the benefits of our practice. Think about what it's like to engage that 3-part breath now in a twist. Notice how your breathing might be restricted in some areas as opposed to when you're just sitting in a natural posture. But either way, breathing deeply will bring oxygen to the cells around the spine that haven't really been oxygenated recently. So, you can play here if you'd like, extending that top leg and reaching your left arm out to grab that foot to get a stretch. Or you can stay where you were, either way. Inhale and exhale. Bring that knee back over that bottom knee, bottom leg. Bring your knees to chest. Pull them in. Inhale, exhale, knees out to the right. And look over to the left. Again, being as passive here as you possibly can. Mulling over the benefits of this pose. Breathing. And if you'd like, extending that top leg to the left leg straight and taking it a step further, grabbing onto the toes of that leg for a good stretch in the low spine. Inhale and exhale. Bend that top leg and pull your knees into your chest. Begin to circle your knees out. Circle around, massaging the sacrum. And doing any last final stretch or pose or anything that you feel like you need to do before we settle into Shavasana. And if nothing else is calling to you, just begin to straighten those legs, placing them wherever comfortable, and your hands can come out to rest beside your hips. I like to place them on my stomach because having some weight on the belly is calming for me, but whatever you need to do. And begin to just totally let go of anything, any thoughts that you had during your practice today, any judgments of what you should have been able to do or what was so great that you could do. It's over now, and now it's just time to relax. Watching any thoughts just go by. All of these thoughts and sensations and perceptions we have are nothing but sense objects acting on the senses, and oftentimes we can confuse them as forever or reality. So just try to imagine all of these thoughts that you may be having as you try to settle into Shavasana as just sense objects on the senses, and they're just passing around your mind, swirling around your mind, but you have one calm focus center that is your true self that can never be changed, never rearranged by anything. So take 3 deep, controlled breaths. And on your final exhale, sink deeper into that true self. And when you're ready, begin to settle back. Come back to this body, this breath. Notice your breathing once again. You can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, bring life back into this body. And when you're ready, you can bring your knees into your chest and roll over onto your right or left side into fetal position, and just take a moment to integrate how you feel after this short meditation in corpse pose. And take 1 deep inhale, and exhale, press into your hands, come back into a seated position. You can close your eyes and just integrate for one last final minute. With this practice, I honor the divine within you. Namaste. I hope Hawaii's awesome. Call me. Let me know how you like the video. Bye, Dean.